we live a pretty frugal life, but we don't have to go to a job that we hate every day. We don't make the money to necessarily do the things outside of the sport that maybe we'd like to do. But the fact of the matter is, when it really comes down to it, we're happy pretty much every day because we're really doing what we love to do. Sometimes having a dream isn't about being safe, it's about being passionate and just going and giving absolutely everything that you can give to pursuing that dream and making it happen, because if you don't do that, chances are you're not going to succeed. You know, if you give everything you have, then at least you know and you never have to wonder what if.
This is the Ranger. Up in here. This is a 1979 Road Ranger, and bought it from some old people that re-gutted everything. Redid all oak cabinetry, cedar linings, and just redid everything. So, water right there, running water. Saved up a little bit of money, and we bought a 32-inch LCD flat screen. And that's kind of our board time. We played 360, and that's where my nephew Mikey sleeps. Well, we lived here. I've lived here about a year, a little over a year. Obviously, we're living in a Ranger, so motorhome. So that kind of took some adjustment living into. You know, the quarters are real tight, having 3-4 people in here. Mm-hmm. But a lot of stuff that was kind of hard at first. But kind of just get used to it and adapt, just like to anything. Just keep positive and make the best of it. It's been good. It's nice having the training right there, and that there's no excuse not to wake up and train, or no excuse not to be at practice. Up there, you just poke up there. Yeah, right now actually we get fighters in all the time that want to come train with us. We're a tough team, so we'll get guys coming from all over the place to stay here. This is kind of like a fighter bungalow. Right now we got I think 4 guys from Alaska that are coming down here, and they're crashing up here on the cots and the bed and the couch and stuff. And kind of made a little fighter living quarters here, so kind of like a dorm. So it's pretty sweet.
It's not belt. 135-pound freestyle cage fighting women's champion. It's there, baby. It's heavy too.
There's always someone here, man. Like his fighters cycling through, California, Alaska, Oregon. We got guys from Montana that come stay. Like, just it's always be something going on here. So. Here's the rope climb. It's pretty sweet. You can drop from this crash pad pretty far up. You can get real high, and then you can just, I'm kind of nervous at this, I'm not very good. Just free fall drop, you'll crawl real up high. That's free fall, it's pretty good adrenaline rush right there. That'll wake you up real early on a, Saturday, 7 o'clock morning. Climb the rope and free fall, it's pretty fun.
The type of person it takes to be a fighter is usually just very stubborn and hard-headed.
When she gets mad, it's not like, it's like left hook, right straight, kidney shot. It's like, oh man.
The reason that we do it, it's definitely not a safe bet. Either one of us could go back to school, and sometimes having a dream isn't about being safe, it's about being passionate and just going and giving absolutely everything that you can give to pursuing that dream and making it happen, because if you don't do that, chances are you're not going to succeed. If you give everything you have, then at least you know and you never have to wonder what if. People think that, us fighters, and especially when you see us fighting on televised shows and whatnot, Showtime, they think that, oh, we've made it big time and it must be all glitz and glam and everything outside of, that fight. But that's definitely not the case. There's a lot of us that are still really scrimping to get by. I'm really happy with where things are headed. I'm not making the money yet that I would like to be. I'm hoping that comes around, but, we get a few $1,000s every time we fight if we're lucky. Most of the time I get like $1,000 to show, $500 to win. Fighting every couple months, it's not great pay. And then we started kind of dating, and he's like, okay, well, you know what, if you want to do this, he's like, I don't really know what to think about it. I don't really like it per se, but he's like, if you want to do it, he's like, I'm going to make you the best at it. He's like, regardless of what I think or feel.
I didn't want to get beat up and looking all tore up on me, so I was like, oh man, I was like, you know what, I still don't like it because I don't want my girlfriend getting punched in the face and bleeding out there. That's not it. And my girl's out there getting face smashed, and she's a beautiful chick, and I'm just like, oh man, it's so hard. I get so nervous. I just like, oh man, I just want to be like, jump in there. Really understand that she's the one of, like, you know, 1 in a million, you know, girls that can do that, you know, I mean, and be at that level and high level, elite level, and it really changed my mind on, you know, women's MMA.
You know, not trying to be like cocky or anything, but it really is like I'm a big fish in a little pond, you know what I mean? And it's like the guys, they're all like little fish in a really big pond because there's just so many more guys to compete against, and there's not that many. I mean, like maybe I can think of like maybe 30 girls at 135 that are really competitive. We live a pretty frugal life, but we don't have to go to a job that we hate every day. So that's the benefit of it. You know, we don't make the money to necessarily do the things outside of the sport that maybe we'd like to do. But the fact of the matter is, when it really comes down to it, we're happy pretty much every day because we're really doing what we love to do.
I do this for a full-time job, and Elite went under. I had no work, you know, and it's not like I'm somebody at the high level that gets paid $50,000, $100,000 fighting can ride that. You know, I'm getting paid $5 grand, $4 grand. That can't last very long, and I had to learn to make that last fight that I got, Elite XC, I got like $6 grand. I had to make that last, like, I think it was 9.5 months without fighting, living on $6 grand for 9.5 months, and I already had bills at that time. So after I paid my bills, I lived on like $3.5 grand for that long. So it was a really, really, really rough time for me. This is kind of like the main little place where you sneak into. Everybody starts way out in the back of the woods, and someone starts defending the fort, and we all end up kind of sneaking in. You can see there's boards up everywhere that will kind of sneak in and try to penetrate the fort and stuff. And there's trees and all kinds of forts and trees. It's pretty sweet. You know, this is what we do for fun: paintball and shoot each other up and just hanging out, man. Just like best friends hanging out. So it's pretty sweet.